Wi-Fi is not connected, but goal today is to hit a couple singles at 110 at the minimum, hit uh, 3 singles at 140 in the clean jerk at a minimum, potentially a heavy back squat, potentially 225 if I can manage that. I would like to do it for 3. Running here 3x3. I'm not going to do a 3x3 almost assuredly, but if I could do a triple at 225, that would be really good. I believe that would be a PR, but who knows if that's actually going to work. If I just did it for 1, I'd be happy with that. Then some clean pulls slash deadlifts. So really heavy on everything today as far as the intensity goes. The most volume, I suppose, would be with the back squat, but it's very hot out. I waited quite a while to come out here because it was above 90, I believe, earlier, and I wanted to train well. I didn't want to get destroyed by the heat. I think it's about 85 still, but it's nighttime, or it will soon be nighttime, so it's not going to get any hotter. It's not any hotter in the shed than it is outside. And obviously there's no sun directly in here, but what's nice with the evening as well is the shed gets direct sunlight only in the morning, just the way everything is faced in on my house. The back of the shed is built into a hill, and there's also trees and stuff that are above it, so basically after the morning the sun doesn't really directly hit the shed that much, but it's actually pretty well insulated as well, naturally from the hill, from the trees, but also just the material itself. It doesn't. It never is like I can come out here. It could be 120 degrees outside, and it's not any hotter in the shed. It's not really that much colder, but it's definitely not exacerbated from the temperatures outside. It doesn't hold in the heat, which is quite nice, I must say. We'll need to plug in my bug light, I'm sure. The net does a great job, but the bugs will still wiggle their way in. What's up? But as the bugs wiggle in, they get attracted to the bug light, so actually it's a pretty good system for making sure I just don't have to use bug spray every day. So I'm going to train every day and not spray bug spray on myself. The flag? Which one? I have college flags and the American flag. You never followed up with that question. What's up, Tech? It's going pretty well. It's very, very hot. So I don't know. Celsius, I don't. I know for freezing Celsius is 0, but I don't know any of the other normal temperatures. But it is, or it was, a high of I think 93 degrees today, and right now it's about 85. So you can convert that to Celsius, because I don't know Celsius. Only 0 and I think 100 is boiling. That'd be about it. 92 New York tomorrow. Yeah, it's supposed to be gotta be at least 27. Tis hot. I would assume for like Australia is probably. I mean, obviously I know you're not in Australia, but like I guess New Zealand. I don't know if it gets hot or not. I know Ivan will talk about. See, 93 F to C. What's that in communist measurements? So 33.9 degrees Celsius. So a decently hot day. Yeah, tomorrow is 93 as a high. I'm talking about for Celsius. It's actually 33.9. Get it together. But to me, it doesn't sound hot when you say it's 33 degrees Celsius or 34. See, to me, like 18 degrees Celsius doesn't make any sense. Daniel, you can answer that question, the political ones. You can be my political admin. You can answer for all over the Balkan country. What's our Middle East policy? Title of stream: Olympic weightlifting training. Let me come in and ask you about politics. It never ceases to crack me up. 45 C? That's uncomfortable. Oh, 45 Fahrenheit. I thought it was winter on that side of the world. Or close of you. Yes, all of them. I agree. 45's. I mean, for you guys, it probably is cold. I wouldn't be like going outside and doing stuff, but I'd still, if it was 45 degrees, I'd be training out here. The only time I don't train out here, or like really can't, I have, but it's like more of a fight with the temperature. Like 45 degrees, I can bundle up and train completely normal out here. But if it's below freezing, really below like 30 degrees, so for Celsius below 0, then that's where it's like becomes you're fighting the temperature versus the weights. You know, you're not just bad at lifting, your hands hurt. It becomes difficult in that regard. Let's warm up some more. One more assignment in my first half of the summer grad school class. I thought about doing it today, but there's just a couple parts to it. It's not really difficult, but I have to fill out the paper, make a video, and write like a page. So it's really not difficult. It's just a couple of things. But I'll probably do that tomorrow, and then I'll be done with that class. And or at least one of them, I think 2 of them have opened up, or one of the other one's going to be opening up soon, I would imagine. But one class has already opened up for the second half of the summer that I could start early, which I really should since I have 3, just so I'm not fighting to get all of my work done. It actually seems like it's going to be more, it's like biomechanics, so it'll be interesting stuff. That stuff always interests me more. The psychology class was interesting. Biomechanics is interesting as well. But biomechanics could be a little bit more a little bit more difficult. Go through that one more time and then we'll add weight. I don't feel particularly bad in regard, but yeah, it's more interesting. So the class I had for the first half of summer is risk management, which, I mean, to be fair, the professor made the class structured in a very nice way where it wasn't like difficult to get through. That's a class I have one more assignment to do for, but it's not that interesting. It's just how to make things safer. Just everything related to that. Emergency processes, blah blah blah. Stuff. I mean, it's not interesting, but it's important stuff. So I mean, nothing really life altering with it. It's nothing you're gonna learn about and be like, I don't know about that. I'm like, you really need to have like emergency procedures for when people get hurt. Just like, yeah, this and that. Screaming. I think there should be a law against women screaming unless it's an emergency. I hear it so much. Kids are just, they're just playing tag or something. I think it should be against the law. It's one of my many dictates as a future dictator. But so it's not for my master's it's required, but for like continuing education I can do a variety of things. So to complete my master's I have this class which is basically done and then 3 more, and then my master's is completed, and that will get me a salary upgrade for the next school year. Then I could in theory do another master's, but really it's not. I don't even know if it's technically required for the first one. It's just like master's level classes, which for teaching is a lot of just it's kind of designed in continuing education for teachers, because for many states it's a requirement to kind of always have continuing education, and for Ohio it goes my guess is it's pretty uniform state to state. I mean, district to district, and pretty uniform throughout the state. But there are some nuances. So, for my district, I want to say it's like 150 total hours in like your 5-year license span. But all the PD you do with school counts, and we have meetings that are like every week that counts. So you get quite a lot just being just going to work. So they make it quite easy, the process of that. But then if you want like salary upgrades, getting the master's and then the continuing education, like master's level classes, that will add to that. So this year I will go from, and that's a contract difference. With my previous district, it was bachelor's plus 15 additional hours, which put me one step higher. So when I moved to this district, I make the same amount as I would at that one, but it was a slight step down because they just don't have a bachelor's plus 15. But the next year I'll have a master's, and then the year after that, assuming I do what my plan is, get master's plus 15, which is 15 additional graduate hours, and those have to be hours in education. I can't just get a master's in. Actually, for me, I could do anything related to sports probably and be fine. But like, I couldn't get one in physics and apply that to the teaching or something. Not that I would be mentally able to, but like, it has to be related to your position. Um, Masters plus 15 because you only go up one step a year, and then the year after that, Masters plus 30, which my Masters is like 30 graduate level hours anyway, but that only counts for the first master. So once you have that, then essentially you get two masters. And for a lot of people, you can just do continuing education classes. Like I'm not gonna get a second master's, but I would do classes that could add to another master's if I want to do it. And a lot of colleges have that built in for teachers, where they just kind of have continuing education in that regard. Uh, some people will get additional certifications. So if you get like a principal certificate, which is like another like a leadership master's that you can get um, to allow you to be an administrator. That's one thing people will get. I don't have any desire to do that. I don't want to. I no, don't want any part of that. But if you are able to get that, then that's could count as a second master's, and it really just depends on what you want to get it in. Some people, they get it to push get a second certification in something. For me, it's just because it's phys ed, and I just want to do it in phys ed. In theory, if I wanted to be like a college professor, I could get a master's in physical education, then I could get a doctorate, and then all of that. So that would be the route to go if I wanted to be like a physical education professor. I don't, so pursuing like a doctorate doesn't really have um, it's not in my plans whatsoever, because obviously that's pretty in depth, and to do a dissertation and research and all of that stuff is a lot of work, and I just don't I don't it would only make sense to do that if I wanted to work at a college, and I don't have any desire to do that, and happy with where I'm at, but yeah, for teaching, like you can get unlimited certifications. Like I'm technically certified to teach special education from kindergarten to 12th grade, and physical education from pre-K to 12th grade. For both of those, like there are two separate degrees, certifications, and all of that. So I could have, in theory, well, I actually would have been, might not have counted, but I could have gotten a master's in special education, because really the only requirement for education to get accepted into a master's program is you have a bachelor's that's related to it. But there's even programs that there's some people that are like aides that want to be teachers. If you have a bachelor's in any sort of area, you can actually, there's programs that are designed for you to get your master's in education, but also to get you certified to teach. So there's one person, she is an aide, and her goal is to become a teacher or whatever. But she is completing her master's, I think, pretty soon. But I think her bachelor's was in like psychology or something. And what the master's will do is you start higher on the salary schedule because you have a master's, but then you are certified in whatever area that you are after that. So probably for her early childhood education. But you could do that if you have just any sort of bachelor's degree. It's kind of like in a sense, if you want to be a substitute teacher, I think you just need a bachelor for at least the state of Ohio. You just need a bachelor's in anything, and then you get your substitute license, which I don't think is a very like difficult thing. I think it's more of like you get your background check and all of that stuff, make sure you can be in schools and whatnot. But there are programs that are designed for that. For me, like this master's path, I think it could. I think there are people who do it to become certified in physical education. So I think one route that, in theory, I could have done. I've already had physical education master's, but I could have gotten a health master's, a degree in like health education, and became certified to teach health as well. But there are people that maybe have a exercise science bachelor's and want to get a physical education major. Master's, so then they can teach physical education. So you can do extra steps to become certified through a master's program. But for me, I got everything taken care of with the bachelor's, with both my bachelor's, and so that's where I got all my certifications done with that sort of thing. So this is just to learn, but also to get the pay raise. Can't go wrong with that. But yeah, 12 people in here. But yeah, the certification is not really like if I want you need some certifications to do like obviously like if I want to be phys ed teacher I need that for phys ed. If you want to be an admin you need like an admin license and certification, um, which sometimes those are one and the same. certifications and license for teaching is kind of the same. Yeah, I'm certified to teach physical education because I have a teaching license for physical education. Um, I don't know if there's, I guess you can get like your reading endorsement. That's a lot of early childhood people will have a reading endorsement, which is not a full-fledged degree, but it's just like an extra endorsement that allows you to teach reading at different levels or gives you, you have additional training for that. Um, I never had that extra endorsement. Would have actually had to be in college for 5 years to get something like that. But a lot of actually a lot of special ed teachers that I went to college with would also get the reading endorsement on top of that. So then they're able to teach reading in like a gen ed perspective or gen ed context as well as being a special ed teacher. So a lot of the intervention specialists do that. I was the only person at my college, and I went to a small college, so I'm sure it's not one of one. Actually, there was an example of someone else that graduated before me, but I was the only person that was phys ed and intervention and special ed. Intervention specialist is special ed, but I was the only one that was both of those degrees. But before, at least when I was in that pathway, there was someone that graduated, I think my freshman year, but she was special ed, health, and physical education, so she had 3 degrees. So she was clearly certified for everything, but that would have taken for sure 5 years to do because you have to do student teaching in all of them and all of that stuff. Um, and for the way my student teaching was split up, was that half of my, so you have a pre-student teaching and student teaching. In the pre-student teaching, you are developing your skills so you can do the student teaching in the next semester, but it's not full-fledged. But for me, for both the pre-student teaching and the student teaching, it was split half and half between special ed and physical education. And so I was at the same school for both. So it was really convenient. My school did a really good job of making it very accessible for me to be able to do both. So I did the first half of my full student teaching in special ed and then the rest in physical education. And it just went really well. But it was, I think it's a similar setup to what a lot of phys ed and health people would have to do. And it's a lot more intertwined, or like a gen ed and special ed. Like you kind of split up what you do for your student teaching stuff. So yeah, it definitely made it streamlined. I didn't have to go to a new school and learn the different procedures and stuff. And it was only right down the hall from where I did my student teaching, so I would still be able to see the person and choose my student teaching. Both my really actually kind of three, but my main 2 people were like really all the people I worked with student teaching were really nice. And they're always really encouraging because I still have it, but like the imposter syndrome where you just don't think you're doing a good job or you don't think that you have the skills or whatever. And I don't know whether they sense that or not, but were super nice and encouraging with the job I was doing when I was student teaching. So it kind of just gives you the confidence when you're going into the full thing that somebody believes in you. And to me, it's always in the back of my head. I don't believe when people are like, "You're doing a good job. You're doing really like." It's just like I logically can know that they're not like gaslighting me or like lying, but like there is like a screw loose in my brain where I'm like not 100% bought in, and I don't like that. I wish I could just like fully accept, and that's not even just in a teaching context. That's like in any compliment, any context. So I think it's just something I kind of will always have. But there's like always that little voice in my ear, like they might just be gassing you up. It's like why are you saying this or doing that? So I wish that wasn't the case, but unfortunately, I think that will always be there. But I think as long as you understand that that's like a flaw that you have, you can still kind of work past it in the sense that's like, even if you have that feeling, it's incorrect, even if like your brain is, I don't know, it almost feels like a survival instinct. It's like, just don't believe anything anyone says about anything. You don't mean it. There's no way. But I think it's also like when you're hypercritical to yourself or critical to yourself and not even in a hyper sense, that the flaws that you have and you don't do everything perfect and you could improve things. It's kind of, I actually get the same feeling like people are like, "You're really strong." And my immediate thought is, no, I'm not. And I know like half the time I'm kind of semi-serious, semi-joking when I say that, but like I don't know. Like it's weird to be like, yeah, I guess I'm pretty strong. But like objectively I am, and I don't like saying that I am because it feels like you're not being humble, and it's uncomfortable. But that, and also like, anyone that lifts weights, like, you, it doesn't matter what level you're at, you're always looking at the person that is above you, or the people that are able to achieve a higher level. And you're like, of course I'm not strong. There's literally, I can see people doing more. They are strong. I'm not. They are. And what's funny is, like, that's true of every level that you're at. Like, as soon as I started snatching, like watching my friend snatch more than me, I was like, he's strong. I'm not, but he is. And then I could lift more than him in every lift, but I see someone above me, I'm like, that guy's strong. Like, like, I've gotten stronger than that person that I was, having that battle with, in a sense. And then it's like, the goalposts are just always moved. So it's never anything. But I have been hydrating really well today. I've had a lot of caffeine as well, to get ready for training today. So I need to throw this away. And hey, Teresa, I'm running out to the bathroom. I need to ir a baño. I think there's bird fights happening outside the shed. I keep seeing. I'm trying to stay cool, but I keep seeing bird feathers out there. So I think the birds are out there throwing hands, throwing beaks, wings. It's still really hot out. So my phone won't tell me probably. So heat about it's 82, so it's actually dropping. So it's one reason I waited so long to come out here. I didn't want to train when it was 93 degrees. Believe it or not, it's not comfortable. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure the heat index was a lot more. Thankfully, in here in the shed, it's built into the side of a hill, and there's a tree above, so it doesn't really get any hotter than what it's outside. But, front squat and struggle. It wasn't 400 pounds. It was 380, 386, wasn't it? 175? Oh, trust me, front squat triples feel heavy no matter what the weight is. I did bring a second shirt out here for the clean and jerks. Probably for back squats too. See how long I can survive in this shirt. Sweat's good, but not when you're trying to hold a barbell on your chest. Yeah, the 170, that 175 triple, that's the most I've tripled in the front squat. It's double as 180, so thinking maybe next week I could try either 180. What I'll probably end up doing, so I was thinking about it for next week in one of the front squat sessions, probably do like 181 and try to triple it. Because then if I double it, it would be a PR. I'd hate to try to triple 180 and double it and tie a PR. Sounds depressing. So I'll probably chip it at a minimum. Journey to a 200 kilogram front squat. Alright. Es tiempo. Yeah. I don't know what day I'm gonna do that on though. I think with me in front squats, like I have to give myself the opportunity to do like a triple or whatever. But sometimes like, cause like I failed the 170 triple earlier in the week, and obviously I didn't get that much stronger in a couple of days. I was able to hold my position a little bit better, so my positioning got stronger in a sense. But just trying to be okay if I don't, if I fail squats with the front squat, it's fine. If I were to fail squats with the back squat all the time, that would be a lot more difficult. Hands are getting raw. Definitely can't use thumb tape though. Sweat right through that. All that warming up's making my shoulder feel good though, which is nice. But, do 40 again. And we'll do 70, 90, 100, and then ideally at least 3 singles at 110. And then either stop there or in the course of those singles push up. But the limit for me, I mean, obviously I can miss anything. I'm pretty good at missing weights, but will be the technical limitation. If I feel like I'm not really in a good spot technically, then I'll keep the weight the same. I am really good at missing weights. It's kind of my specialty. I've listened to this song like 5,000 times in the last 2 days. It's all Spanish too. Can't go wrong with Spanish. Alright. I have to bathe in chalk today. I don't really understand your Spanish question. Because there's no subject in your sentence. Why the two Spanish and English? That's all I don't know. No sé. ¿Qué estás hablando? I just start doing all my live streams in Spanish. Why not? Does that really translate directly to that? Why not? I guess why not? I thought you'd need another word for both. Ambos or mismo or something. I don't like speak bald eagles and freedom. I mean, Spanish is useful in America, at least. Not many other languages that, besides English, obviously, that are very useful. Alright. So we are going to do... I saw some Instagram... There's two Instagram things. One was someone that's coached by Alex Slater in that gym. And she's like coaching mobility, but she doesn't squat all the way down. It's my controversial opinion that Olympic weightlifters should always try to squat as deep as possible until there's a mobility limitation. So if you physically cannot go, but like she was like, instead of being like here, you should like pushed her butt back more. But like her PR squat, she didn't even like go deep. It was deep enough for powerlifting, but weightlifting, the depth is as deep as you can go because you want to train the same depth that you are going to use in a snatch and a clean. Like the specificity of going as deep as possible, like I don't understand why you wouldn't, other than ego. Like if you are someone that like physically cannot, like you have a mobility restriction, like that makes sense. But if you can go all the way down, you should, and that's just, it's going to limit your squat in a way. Like if you don't squat all the way down, then you can squat more weight, but it doesn't matter if you don't have the specific, if you don't have the strength and the range of motion that you need. But break 45 minimum. I mean, I think everyone should squat for weightlifting as deep as you want to catch a clean or a snatch. And so if you're Gore, like he probably doesn't squat that deep, but he catches a 210 snatch in a power, so I wouldn't blame him. Besides the deeper range of motion, you're going to build more muscle, the longer range of motion. But also just from a sport specificity standpoint, why wouldn't you just go all the way down? Like, oh, you might have a butt wink or you might lose position. I'm not worried about my butt wink on a heavy clean or a heavy snatch. I'm worried about getting under the bar. Conversely though, like if you're doing powerlifting, you should not squat all the way down because you're wasting energy. it's more difficult, and I think that's always inherently why people don't. If you have the mobility and you don't, for specifically for weightlifting, like weightlifters who physically can squat all the way down and choose not to, are just ego lifting. Unless it's like you're intentionally like doing like a jerk dip squat or something, like you're doing something intentionally shallow. But like she called her parallel squat a PR squat, which if she was powerlifting, it was deep enough. It was below parallel a little bit, but if I would have caught a clean at that depth, let's just say if I caught a clean at the depth that she squatted, I would call it a power. It's below parallel, but not all the way down. And then you see when the people they do their cleans or snatches, they go significantly deeper. And I see a lot of weightlifters do that. And to me, it's like, it wouldn't matter to me if I could squat 300 kilograms to parallel if my full depth squat was significantly lower, or if I couldn't, like, it didn't translate to that. And it probably, it does at some point, but specificity will always run king for that. Yeah. It's like, if you want to get better at cleans, like, squat the same depth you're going to do cleans at. Plus, like, you build more muscle, longer range of motion. Like, there's so many benefits to it. You don't have to squat as heavy because it's harder. You get more specificity and more mobility. And you get a little cooler. I think Clarence Kennedy became popular. Man would bounce his cheeks off the ground. And he talked about, why I always try to squat so deep. Aesthetically, it looks nice. I would argue that deep squats will look aesthetically nice too. So even if you take out the sports context, the specificity, the longer range of motion, they just look cool. You can sit all the way down in a squat and pop up. You have truly dominated the weight in every possible way. Plus, it be looking cool. It look cool. And that's what we're all here for. All right. Oh, I was lazy. I'll do it again. I was just thinking too much. Thinking and stinking. Give myself a second. Redo the reps. Refocus. But yeah, I should not miss 90. I was thinking too much about my arms and just too many things. We alright though. The weight feels fine. It was literally just bad technique. I could blame the little bug I saw walking on the platform, but I don't think that has much of an impact as my overthinking. At least you'd hope not. Alright. Kinda just want to go right to 100 anyway, but I want to make better technique. Gotta get more better. beetle season. Yeah, those Japanese beetles, I remember those being a big thing when I was a kid, and I've never seen them down here, so I don't know if it's a regional thing or not. We always had like traps and stuff in our yard, and they get filled up with a bunch of them. Used to be called them Japanese beetles. I don't know what their actual name is. They look pretty cool though. Ice cream truck at 9:20 at night? I've never heard of an ice cream truck coming after dark. I don't know if I'd be trusting that. The nighttime trucks. Ice cream. Alright. It's all better than 90. Almost out. Southern winter. Southern winter. I don't like Sleep. I've listened to them. I don't like Sleep Token. I don't know what it is about the sound. I think too many people listen to them, and they put them in obnoxious videos. And so to me, Sleep Token always comes. I have like a cringe view of Sleep Token now, but like their music seems fine. But I think if they didn't hide their faces, they wouldn't be. Nobody would know about them. They wouldn't be popular. I think their whole shtick about just hiding their faces and being, pretend, hiding or whatever, makes them more popular. Because I don't think their music's really that special. Diabolically mean views about Sleep Token. Yeah, I mean, like, I get why people like them. Like, I 100%, but I just think if they didn't hide their faces, they wouldn't be popular. But I don't know. I say that I listen to indie rock band from Chile. So I mean, my musical taste is weird, but I've tried to listen to Sleep Token. It's just I just can't get into any of their songs. Better than any pop music that's out, but it's a pretty low standard. Yeah. Well, breakcore. Oh, that was a shed miss. I started to have to move forward. Actually slipped on my. Might be trying to throw thumb tape on. Actually slipped on my left hand, but it's annoying because it felt fine, but I just didn't want to run it. Just make sure hands are as dry as possible. You know, just a little bit more and it'll be fine. That is the biggest issue with heat is sweat. My grip's kind of not the best anyway, but a little better on this one. Chalk my whole hand up. Alright, make this one better. more time, make it the best one. Do some push rope. Some push rope. Push rope. One more. Lazy extension. Yeah, man, I think it's good. Focus when I caught it. Oh, dumb. Oh, I think I folded. I should do that every time. Ugh. Lame. could lock. I don't know what that means. Oh. I mean, the two misses were just... The first was just so mental, and the second one I literally caught it and it was just like, oh good, and then just let it drift off. Which, I mean, it's good to do multiple singles at a weight like this. Like, it's obviously one I can miss, but it's heavy enough where I should, or light enough where I should still be able to make it. That'd be mentally tougher. I just turn to a basket case. I just need to count down and just pull. We do 70, 120, and then 140 for 3 singles and the clean and jerk. And the bar feels fine on all the reps too. Like, that's... I never feel bad on a session like this if I have to repeat it as far as like doing too much work. Like, it feels light. But yeah. I mean, I pulled them both well enough. I just went early on the first one and just literally just lost focus on the second one. But positive is I made the first 2 reps, even though the first single was questionable. Chicken lo mein. Intra-workout chicken in the heat would be diabolical. I actually probably would throw up if I if I just ate a bunch of chicken in between lifts. And no clean plus front squat jerks today, just regular clean and jerks. Seeing how I was able to do a power plus a whole jerk with 140 earlier this week, I should be able to do this. I should be able to do 110 though. You never know. Intra lasagna, that's, yeah, I mean, honestly, lasagna sounds pretty good though. Heavy pasta in the heat, oh yeah. Yeah, that stuff's gonna be running through my body up or down. I should do competitions and just eat like lasagna between snatch and clean jerk. Half the time you got enough time to do it. It takes so long. Not really, but probably could. Alright. That's a good one. Hurricane. Hurricane. Helicopter. Alright. Tenderize the leg a little bit. Just smash it. See, like, nobody can possibly complain about my music and banging weights out here, literally shooting off fireworks. Can you imagine? Imagine the cops getting called on me. I'm shooting fireworks. Guy just lifting weights. Make a lot of noise out here. All right. Hey, hopefully these go a bit better. Yeah. You're going off of since before then. Tighten these wraps up. '70 felt fine, but 120 will feel a little heavy, I'm sure. Big jump. But it's one that I like making. And I can go right to 140. Then you gotta be dancing around all these weights. Amor español. Well, it's part of the song Spanish. This was exactly what you wanted, though, Daniel. Half English, half Spanish. No belt, no pants, no shirt, no socks. I'd way to get heavier. That felt good. So same thing with the clean or the snatches. 3 singles. I'm not gonna repeat misses though. Clean jerks that's a little too difficult to do. But we ain't gonna miss. We'll make 3 singles. This is Crystal Castles. She's a good song. It might have been in a show or something. One thing I've noticed, a lot of music I like, a lot of companies like to use it in commercials and TV shows. Gotta find the jam though. He's old. Oh. Yep, I'll see you at her wedding. Ah.
Another one, boy.
Try to go for a spicy double. I will repeat that. Oh, that went good. I'm just gonna move on to squats. I'm not gonna beat myself to death with, no, I want to end on a make. Change my mind twice. How about that? How about that? Some shake will take. Oh my. Oh, that's a good dip drive. Looks good. Everything about that felt difficult, but oh, stuck the jerk well enough. Sorry, I got a text. The Padre. I guess Halliburton tore his Achilles. I know everyone that watches my lifting is here for my NBA final updates. I don't know what that means for the Pacers, if they're going to win or not. I don't even know what time or quarter or whatever it is. I think the game had just started when I came out here. I imagine they're a good ways in. That's two big guys that have tore their Achilles this year. Such a brutal injury. And it's crazy that you have someone like LeBron who's like 40. He's never had an Achilles tear or anything. And you have all these young guys that are just exploding. Whether LeBron is on all the performance enhancing supplementation or not, it's insane that he has never had like a crazy injury like that just from playing forever. Because I mean, you can make the argument that like NBA players now, like, you know, they have to go through all the circuits of playing in all the youth leagues and everything and blah blah blah. But I mean, LeBron was doing all of that too. And he's just as big as everyone else. But it's just crazy that, and that's where LeBron is truly a freak, that he's able to make it through all these years without missing like a season with an ACL or an Achilles or anything major. Oh. Yeah, that's safe for the Pacers. At this point in the year, it's going to mess them up for next year. But we'll see what the Pacers and Thunder score is. I guess they'd probably be about done. Or they're in the fourth. Oh gosh, the Pacers are down by 18. And I guess when you tear your Achilles, that kind of takes the wind out of your sails. Oh, he did it in the last game? Oh no, he got hurt this game 7. Yeah, I got squats now, Tech. Oh, I got hurt in the first quarter. Well, I guess the Thunder are going to win the finals. You hate to see someone get hurt like that, though, but... Oh, alright. Okay. This whole squatting business is not fun. Chug some water. Only one way to see how squats will feel. Is by doing them. Ugh. Dang, they're down 21 points. They are cooked. An 8-0 run to start the fourth quarter. I don't know why this thing is saying congrats to the Thunder already. The game's not over. I mean, it is, but it isn't. Oh, yeah, water. I thought it was what. Hasn't broke my back yet. I'm trying. I think I'm uglier today. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I didn't drink my anti-ugly potion today, I don't think. It's very important I drink that every day. But say that every time. Grab these and Ataka 120. I'm ugly everywhere. You got ugly feet. That's so weird. I'm not showing you my feet. They ugly. Ugly from head to toe. Alright, 120. That's not what it sounds like. Sounds like you want to see man feet. I'll report you to the authorities. Trying to see feet. Are you gonna lift? Potentially. I was thinking about it. It's considering it. I contemplated the potential nature of a lift. I'd consider. No, CW, I think you clearly want to look at my feet. And I need my heeled shoes. Yeah, it was 120. Twas 120. We're gonna take a me. I would say I'm not gonna judge you, but you should be judged for like feet. Ugh. What do you train for? I train for you, wrench. I train for all the foot enthusiasts out there like CW. Remember to blur my feet. Well, I mean, if I was gonna show feet, it wouldn't be for free. That's for sure. I wouldn't be taking the dogs out. Unless I was getting compensated. You're not wrong. But I can assure you that my feet are not the kind. I'm not modeling anything with my feet. Not like George Costanza with his modeling his hands. Discipline and lifting. It's for you, wrench. It's the only reason I'm squatting right now is because you asked me to. You asked if I was gonna lift. Can't let you down. Discipline ain't got none of that. Alright, we'll do single here. We'll do single at 2-5. And then maybe we do 2-5. $175. It is 170, and then you add the clip, it makes 75. It's a little bit of a miscrew, but it wasn't too bad. Speed felt fine. Nothing wrong with increasing the weight. So now I do 205. CW was asking if you post pictures of your feet or just lifts. CW said she would subscribe for if she saw some dogs. Saw some piggies. Yeah, I don't know if you can ask him to see his feet, CW. You gotta hide the dogs, Wrench. That's why it's good to wear socks and sandals. You gotta hide the dogs. Dude, CCW is saying she likes old feet, man. Sorry, Wrench. Have a good one, Wrench. Young man. Not young man. Rule 5. Let's get it hot. My shirt. Yeah. Oh, God. There we go. Normally I don't go 120 to 175. Normally go right to 170, so this will be a normal jump. Listen to Kim Lowry song, but produced by Clam Casino. That's why it sounds good. I knew, yeah. Feetsies, that's disturbing. Big bug was caught in there, I think. Or it was caught right on the edge and just burnt to death. Bar's bending. Means I got enough weight on it. To be fair though, the bar is designed to oscillate, which is that bending that you're seeing. All bars will have a little bit, but weightlifting bars have more oscillation than a regular bar. I think it feels cool. But it will oscillate with like, I mean, you really get it to oscillate with like 120 kilos. Obviously, the more weight, the more it will oscillate, but... No, the weight limit for a bar like this would be like, I actually don't know what the limit of the weight, but it's usually like 400 plus kilos. Like it's on a weightlifting bar, I've had 400 kilos on it before, and there are people that have done lifts with more than it on a weightlifting bar. So even if they bend, I mean, they're designed to do that a little bit. So it actually dissipates some of the energy when it does flip a little bit. Nailed that note. So I'm gonna at least do one. Write this with my left hand. Perhaps dos, perhaps tres. But first one feels better. Just stop. Let's see though. Yeah, my sister's wedding. I haven't told her this yet, but this is the last. I'm not going to any more of her weddings, so she has to make this one work. Sorry. You get two. Get one mulligan. Sorry. Sorry. It's not the only event that I got going on this summer. Grad school and wedding next month. You're the one who's always saying you're scared of all my lifts. Now you're telling me to do 3. Alright, Devin Townsend, let go! Me too's good. We'll take 2. Third one would have been, I mean, I always write it down, but it'd be on the ground right now. I'll take 2. Well, it's hard to do. First one had to be a lot easier. It wasn't bad, but to want to try a third one. Yeah, that was a good call on my part. Third one, I would have just been stapled. But I could just feel the energy not there when I was contemplating the third one. But I kind of have to just go right into it. I can't like sit there and wait too long. And I knew once I was waiting, I was like, all right, my body is telling me no. But my best double ever is 230. I don't think I've done 225 for 3. So I mean, it's one of those things that as you get heavier, obviously reps become difficult as well. But the positions, I was able to hold the positions pretty well on both of those reps. So it's toxic. Do you think I could do the second one? I knew I'd be able to do the second one once I had done the first, but I didn't know how difficult it was going to be. I don't know about getting stronger by the day, but trying to be consistent with the strength. Because if I can do, heavy snatches or heavy intensity snatches and clean jerks and still squat well, then it tells me strength is moving in the right direction. And the front squats are actually probably helping the back squat. So. Yeah, I mean, in some ways. I'm gonna start my pulls at 225 though. I'll find my scrappy boys. There they are. So we're gonna unrack the front squat, drop it, and then pull it. No, I don't get cramps. Actually, sometimes my foot. Speaking of feet, I know that's what you really want to hear about, but my one foot, the like the plantar port of my foot, so the bend underneath, that will sometimes seize up. But obviously it probably is related to training in some aspect, but I don't think there's anything like acutely, because it could be either foot, and it's I always train, so it's related to training, but it's not like, oh, I did this today. It's probably honestly related to hydration, because I actually haven't had it in a while, and I've been hydrating much better since I had my first routine blood work. Here's my notebook. So that was again 225, but just for a pooly boy, we're gonna do 245. See if I can keep my hips down. Should move these racks out the way. yanked that a little too hard. Oh. That's a deadlift though. Deadlifts are easy. Girl, you went from saying 225, do that for 3 on a back squat to a 245 deadlift. You gotta make up your mind. So 265. Run out of space. £50. Well, one of the reds is 55 pounds. So I couldn't even use those. 50 pounds on each side, so. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. All right. Larry. That's sufficient. That'll do. That'll do for you. That's why you're not my weightlifting coach. Right. Oh, I controlled myself. Oops. I didn't take off the yellow. I was gonna say, I usually don't. Oh. So this yellow shouldn't have been on. Oops. I guess you're right, I had too much weight on one side. I fell to a 65, now I'll crash out. I'm gonna set the shed on fire. Walk into traffic. So I decree. Alright. So we're gonna do one, maybe more. We'll see. You're not wrong, you're not wrong. I think we're gonna cheat. We want to try to do reps. So. I need my Spanish song. Este Kardashian. Not too bad. It's pretty good to do with shoes. Just lift more weights. Not like a use other than just lift more weights. But I'll see you later. Have a good one. Whew, I'm out of here too. Trying to do cardio.